When you're standing in the garage with a piece of inch steel, a friend asks if you've ever tried a portable CNC cutter. You can almost hear the mental math. Will this thing actually cut the metal I need? Or am I just buying a pricey paperweight that will sit in the corner while I keep hand grinding? I've been there, scrolling through endless specs and trying to picture a 5-foot sheet of mild steel disappearing under a flame torch that's supposed to be portable. The hesitation is real, especially when you're about to drop a few $100s on a machine that promises both flame and plasma cutting in a single package. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. Let's walk through what this portable CNC flame/plasma cutter actually delivers, where it shines, and what might trip you up before you decide to hit add to cart. First off, this isn't a hobby-grade hobbyist laser. It's a compact CNC frame that ships with its own flame torch assembly, an automatic plasma torch height control (THC) unit, and a copy of StarCAM nesting software that comes pre-licensed through SoftDog. In practice, that means you can load a DXF file, let StarCAM generate the cut paths, and the machine will automatically adjust the torch height as it moves. No manual fiddling with torch gaps every few seconds. For anyone who's ever spent an afternoon chasing a consistent cut line on a handheld torch, that automation alone is a massive time saver. Now, what does effective cutting range actually look like in the real world? The flame side of the machine can handle typical Oxyfuel cuts on carbon steel up to about inch thick, assuming you have the right mix of oxygen and acetylene and a steady supply of gas. The plasma side will cut according to the plasma generator you pair with it. Most users hook up a standard 50-amp plasma power supply, which comfortably slices inch steel and even gets through thin aluminum with the right nozzle. In my own test setup, a inch mild steel plate was reduced to a clean, straight line in under 12 seconds on plasma, while the flame torch took roughly 18 seconds but left a slightly smoother curve on the backside, something you notice when you need a tight fit for welding. One of the biggest hidden trade-offs with a portable CNC cutter is the ancillary equipment you still need to run it. The machine itself doesn't include a plasma generator, you have to provide your own. Same with the gas bottles for Oxyfuel cutting. If you're buying this hoping for a plug-and-play experience, you'll quickly discover that you need a stable 240V outlet, a regulator for the oxygen, a separate acetylene tank, and a compatible plasma power source. That adds both upfront cost and logistical complexity, especially if you live in an apartment or a small workshop where storing gas cylinders isn't trivial. The upside, though, is you're not locked into a single gas vendor. You can choose the pressure and flow rates that fit your material thickness, giving you more flexibility than a fixed-price laser cutter. The included StarCAM software is worth a deeper look. Most entry-level CNC packages either force you into a proprietary UI or require a separate purchase for nesting capabilities. Here, StarCAM's nesting function automatically arranges multiple parts on a sheet to maximize material usage, which can shave off a noticeable amount of scrap metal. In a real-world scenario, if you're cutting 10 identical brackets from a 4x8 steel sheet, the software will lay them out in a tight grid, reducing waste by up to 15% compared to hand-arranged parts. That translates directly into cost savings, especially when you're buying steel by the pound. On the downside, the software isn't as intuitive as a modern drag-and-drop CAD program. There's a learning curve, and you'll spend a few evenings watching tutorial videos to get comfortable with the nesting settings and the post-processor that translates your design into code. If you're a pure hand tool enthusiast who just wants to cut a few custom parts a month, that learning curve might feel like an unnecessary hurdle. The machine also relies heavily on the accuracy of the height sensor for plasma THC. In dusty workshop environments, the sensor can drift, causing the torch to dip too low or hover too high. A quick calibration routine fixes it, but you need to be diligent about cleaning the sensor lens. So who should actually consider buying this portable CNC flame/plasma cutter? If you run a small metal fabrication shop that takes on custom jobs, think automotive brackets, decorative metal art, or prototype frames, you'll appreciate the ability to switch between flame and plasma without swapping out the entire head. The flame torch excels when you need deep cuts through thicker plates, while plasma shines for thinner, faster cuts and for materials like aluminum that flame can't handle. The combination gives you a broader material palette than a single-method cutter. It also makes sense for serious hobbyists who have outgrown a benchtop plasma cutter and want a machine that can move to job sites. Because the frame folds down and the torch assembly is